some tea. Green tea is very healthy. One of our children just called yesterday and was very upset, and I just want to share this, how this is really an example of how society is still trying to manipulate and really not allow, is not encouraging us to set ourselves free and follow our hearts. And it's really, really sad. And so what the child was sharing with me, that there's the next thing that I can say she's doing in university. It's a big project, and they can choose to be in groups, and that's what they do a lot in Denmark. People work in groups, doing everything more or less. I'm not so much a group person. Anyway, you're also allowed to do it on your own. And but the thing is, if you're doing the project on your own, or it's a bachelor actually, it's a bachelor she's doing. If you do it on your own, you won't be given much support in your work. And the teachers were really discouraging her, and she really wants to do it on her own. Because she's fed up with group work, because I mean, people can't come, and then they can come, and then they're sick, and then all this that's holding you back, where you can't work, you just can't work in a powerful way. So she really feels in her heart this is what she wants to do. And the teacher kept saying, oh, you know, you shouldn't do this, and you should find someone else to be with, and find a group, and because you're not going to get much help. And instead of saying to her, listen, if that's what's right for you, this is the consequences. You might not be getting much help, but I can see this is what you want, so do it. And that's what the New Age is going to be all about. We're going to help people to feel the flame within them. And also the subject, I can just share that, the subjects that they have for these bachelors, many of the young people don't even pick their own subject, they just pick what the teachers have found. And there's just very little drive, it's like they're dragging themselves through these studies, and they're not happy about it. It's really very, it's not healthy. And one of the subjects was they're going to write a bachelor about what's the difference between ugly and disgusting. They're going to make a whole bachelor about that that subject. What's the difference between ugly and disgusting, or something like that. And it just, of course, all I said to her was, no matter what they're saying, do what is true for you. And you might not pass the test, doesn't matter. That's not what it's about. If you don't pass the test, do it again. Because what this is all about is feeling this flame in your heart, and going there and feeling, oh, this feels so good, this is what I want to share, I have something here, I have a jewel I want to share, and do it. That's what life is all about. You have to do this. And this is just an example where you just can't believe it. And what she said, I said, why isn't the teacher supporting you in what you feel, what you want to do, what is true for you? And she said, oh, it's a money thing. They don't have enough money to give us the counselling or the help. It's a money thing. So sad, so stupid. And I said, I mean, people get anxiety from that. I mean, it's very unhealthy to say to the young people, you have to do this, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. You have to work in a group even though you don't want to. So stupid. So that's not the way of the future. It's just making people more confused, and their life force is dimming. Because the life force is in this, what is it I want to share? What is it I want to do with my life? What do I have I want to talk about? If I'm at university, there must be something I wish to do with this subject or whatever it is. And I reckon that that's the teacher's role, is to really support the child in figuring out, okay, where is this exciting for me? Where can I really shed some, how do I feel like shedding some light on this subject? So that you're driven by your inner flame, your inner power. So this is just, yeah, I really wanted to share this, and that's what I do whenever I speak to my children, but really whenever I speak to you, whenever I speak to anyone. I just say, feel what's right for you, feel what's good for you, and do it. Just keep doing it. Although people are screaming and shouting and running around and never, just run away and never come back, do it. And you'll see everything is gonna, I mean, you'll get the energy. When you do what is true for you, you are given the energy to do even more. And reminding ourselves that when we do this, we're cleansing and healing the earth. And of course, going back to relationships, when our partner realizes, I can't put in I can't suck anything out of that person. I can't see that. I can just go back to that. Yeah, so I think I have said that actually, that we can't expect anything from anyone really, from each other, other than what we've said we will do. So that means that there's nothing that's real that you can rely on other than what you have arranged with each other. So you never know where the person is. The person might go and not be back till the next day. Usually we would say, I'll be back tomorrow. But and this is of course very frightening for someone who needs this security. But we are doing if the person stays, they are being given the greatest chance to let go, because they have to let go, and because you can't hold on to something that's not there. So it's actually really exciting and really powerful. And what I can just share more is that to be really clear about where you are and what you feel, what you're sensing, and I've said about supporting and giving direct assistance for your partner, but also to encourage. I think it's really important when you wish to grow, you wish to create a good life. You are 100% responsible, and usually you're going to need someone else to help you. So I've been very clear about that. You have to find someone else, because I can't do this work. I can't be your counsellor. And that's sort of been coming, it's on and off, but I think to be really clear and to understand that you need someone that is not a part of the family to go and talk to. And I can just say, if you're a partner who's very stuck, you're watching this, I don't think there's so many who do that, who watch these videos, but if you are, and I mean for all of us, the only reason why we're not completely blossoming is because we're not being true to ourselves. That's the first thing, the major thing. We're not connected to our hearts, to the love in our hearts, and we're not being true to ourselves. And the other major thing is that we're carrying on to old pain from our past. And people who are not emotionally very outward are carrying on to huge, enormous pain. And you have to address it. It's not going to go away. You have to take each one of these portions of pain and address them. See, what is this about? What happened to me? what was this? And some people believe you have to go into past life regression therapy and all these things, and really I don't think that's really necessary. But if you feel that you should do that, do that. But because the thing is, we can have had 1,000 past lives, and I mean, where do you start? but really, I think everything that's been going on in all those lives will be going on here. And it's all a matter of seeing the pain that happened, and often experiencing the pain again, and forgiving, letting it go. And when we do this, and there are people out there, when you say to yourself, I'm going to clean this up, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to structure my life so that whenever something comes up, because it will keep coming, I mean, I had one the other day where I was just really had a deep sort of cry about my relationship with my mother from very early on, and it was such a relief. Get it out, and it's never going to come back. The experience won't go away, but the pain will go away. It will go away, and it will be substituted, or what do you call it, where that space was, where that pain was sitting. Love will beam in. Well-being will fill that space. So the only reason why we're stuck, we're unhappy, we're all these bad things, frightened, not the only reason, but one major reason is that we're still carrying on to old pain. And the only thing is to say, it's okay. And I think that's what I'm really encouraging my husband to actually also share. What are the themes? What was it that was so painful that I'm working on with my counsellor? Well, there was that thing with my mother, who was always so scared or very domineering, and I felt very hurt. It's okay. Or that was that thing with my father, and I'm working on it. And so each take responsibility, but there's nothing that's shameful. I mean, if we have all this pain and we feel shame because we have this pain, it's really, really heavy stuff. And the chance that we're going to let that pain sit there for a very long time and not really get it out is big. I just think, as I said in that video about the pain, address it, go to it, because that is what sets you free. The truth will set you free. And the truth is that you hurt. It hurt you. It was very painful what you went through, and you can let it go. So I'll just share this last thing. That in one of my videos I had this splinter in my finger, and it's all gone now. It's all gone. And this is a very wonderful little image of this pain that's sitting in us. So I got this splinter. I was cutting a plum branch for our cows, and because they love branches, and on these wild plums there's these very, very long spikes, and it just went into this joint, or just went in here, and I thought, I can get this out, but it was really stuck, and I went to hospital because I could see a red line. I've never experienced that before, so I thought, I got really quite scared. I thought, am I going to die today or what? So I went to the hospital, and they nearly operated it, and then what he said, which was very wise, the doctor, if we operate, the risk of bacteria coming in from the hospital is much greater than the risk of this sitting in here. And it's probably going to dissolve anyway, and you'll never see it again. But it didn't, and it was sitting there, and I just kept being red and swollen. And then I just thought to myself, I'm going to get this thing out. It's going to come out. And so I started massaging, and as I massaged, I felt it got more painful, so I think it got more inflamed. And of course, when it gets more inflamed, there's more stuff that can push it out. So actually massaging it and pushing and kept pushing the way that it came in. And it started really swelling, and so I knew it must be in there still. And then one day it came out. And I was just like, oh, I got it out. It's so wonderful. It was long. And that's really what that's really a great image, that it's not enough to say, okay, I have this thing here, it'll probably go away. Now you have to start, you have to go there, and it's not enough to push a little bit. You have to keep massaging and go there, do it, and finally it will come out and you're completely healed again. You haven't got, it's like a foreign, in a way, this pain is foreign to us because we're love beings, we're light beings. We're meant to live in complete joy and oneness and wholeness, and we're not meant to be holding on to big clusters, big bodies, big, what can you call it, tumours, which in a way they are, of pain. We're not, this is not meant to be, we're not, this is not, our bodies are not built for that. So realizing that they're there and saying, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get the help I need, and I'm going to just keep doing it until I see that splinter. Come out! It's out! I'm free. That old teacher I've been so angry at all my life, this anger has been sitting there. It's gone. It's out. I'm free. So that's what I do. I'm a difficult partner to live with, but I know that if I don't live in my truth in this life, I'm not living my life. So, and when things get very difficult for my husband and me, we both agree we want to live together. And the only way we're going to live together is that we both take responsibility for our own inner well-being. And this last thing I want to say, which is, you have to connect to your heart to understand this, because when we're living in the old institutionalized way of being, we don't think we deserve much. But that is so wrong. We deserve heaven on earth. We deserve to live as kings and queens of the light on earth. We deserve the best of the best of the best. And we deserve to be completely well in body, mind and soul. And when you have this thought pattern that I'm responsible for my own well-being, and I deserve the best, and I'm going for the best, you'll get it. Ask and you'll be given, seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be opened. You'll get there. But if you say, oh, just see if I can feel a little bit better, little bit better, not quite so bad, that's what you're going to get. Not quite so bad, but still bad. And as we grow, the last thing here is and that's really where I started, that we've been bad, and we have been bad. But as we grow, as we connect with our hearts, we get to see, well, I'm responsible for my own well-being, and really, I'm not here to pull other people down with all my garbage and my low vibration. I didn't come to earth to bring a little dim, sad person sitting there in the corner. That's not why I came to earth. And actually, what's the English term? I can't remember the English term. But you really don't have a right to spread your darkness. It's not good. In a way, we should feel a little bit not guilty, but or a little bit of guilt, not shameful. We'll ask for forgiveness that we've actually been burdening other people around us with our own darkness. And it's okay to get down on your knees and say to God, forgive me, I've been such a shit. I've been so heavy and so depressed, and people have had to look at that. People around me have had to witness this heavy being that I've been, this sadness that I've been spreading out, and just let that go. But it's good to know that when you shine your light, you're lifting other people, and that's why we came here. We didn't come to pull others down. So when you help yourself, you're helping the entire world, and especially people around you. You're lifting them because you're full of joy, you're full of goodness, and you even have extra so you can help them. So we are responsible, and we are the only responsible for ourselves. So there we go. That was really, really good. So I send you all my love right where you are in your life, and I hope these videos have helped you to really say, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to follow my heart in everything I do. God bless you. See you.